Morning, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. It's Tuesday in May. Yeah, that's as good as it's getting this morning, peoples. That's as good as it's getting. So I have a list of stuff over here that I wanted to go over, and I'm going to get started right away. A reminder to people, Mr. Cross Stitch is doing his not very top secret Christmas cross stitch bauble project. I've been seeing people posting some of these on their videos. I've seen a couple people post them on their Instagrams, and Michelle and I were talking. We would still love it if everybody in the United States wanted to send their stuff to her and myself. We will put it all together and mail a bulk package off the beginning of October. But before we do that, anybody who does send their project to us, we will do a video up at Acorns Threads showing off everybody's baubles. So, just an idea if you're going to do that. If you don't want to pay for the shipping yourself, because it can be spendy. I sent a package to Jay that had a project envelope in it and a couple other things, and it cost about $23 to mail that package. And for the size package that I sent, we could get a lot of baubles in there, which would really vastly reduce the amount of what it would cost if everybody sent stuff out individually. It's an idea. Think about it. If you're interested in doing it, go to his website. Everybody's been posting it, so you should be able to find it by now, but just type in Mr. X Stitch and go to his homepage. Print up the link. Get your patterns. They're free. There's 4 different patterns. Stitch a bauble. Get creative. I've seen some really cute ones coming out. Becca, Stitchy Bex, she is in Scotland. I know she had done a couple of videos as the one-handed stitcher. She posted hers, and it's really cute, and it's different. And Michelle, Romantic Tangles, posted one on Instagram just the other day that is really looking cool. So, they're out there. Do them! Okay. I have a stack. It's not a big stack, but you know, it's a stack. So, let me see, where do I want to start? I wanted to start with some magical arrivals. Donna Ray sent me a couple of owls. I got owl mail. I mean, how cool is that? It's a magical arrival and it's owl mail. Look at this guy. He would make an awesome professor. And Hedwig. But she's purple. Thank you, Donna Ray. And happy anniversary to Donna Ray and her husband. Congratulations. You didn't say how many years it's been. I'm sure it's only been a couple, but congratulations. And then I got an email from Maui Jen. Dark Side. Yeah. It's that kind of morning. Anyway, she sent me from Witchy Stitch for the Summer of Salem Stitch Along. The funny thing is this pattern is very similar to the one that I did last year when McKenna did her Salem Remembered Stitch Along. That pattern was a free pattern that I found somewhere on the internet, and I stitched it up and tea-stained it after the fact and ghetto framed it, and it turned out really, really cool. This is not the same, but it's very, very similar. I like this. I have an idea for this, but I don't know if I'm going to do this one for the Summer of Salem. On the other hand, I'm like 99.9% sure that I'm going to do this one, the Primitive Hair Salem Stitcher Hood. Thursday when I went up to Acorns and Threads. Thursday was so much fun. So much fun. There was, I think, a total of 11 of us. I think when Darlene posted it in Pacific Northwest Stitchers, Team Darlene, I think she said there was 11. Shelly, I'm umming today. Have you noticed that? I'm umming today. Shelly Key X Stitch was visiting us. There's another one. And her friend, and I think her friend's name is Marie. I don't know. They were there. It was very nice to meet both of those ladies. And then there was another new lady to our little meetup sitting next to me. Her name was Jill. Very nice lady. Wendy was there again. And then there was another woman who had shown up. And I know she introduced herself. I refer to them as my blonde moments. They happen, well, they've happened my whole lifetime, so it's nothing new. And then Tasha was also there. She has been at one before, I'm pretty sure of it. But anyway, yeah, distracted. Salem Stitcher Hood, Primitive Hair. So, let's see if I can hold those. That is my fabric, which is 30 count Havana. The same fabric that I used for Halloween and quilt. And I loved this fabric then, so I'm going to love it now. And then I got all the colors, but I did swap out a couple of them because they didn't have them. So the ones that I changed out were the Weeks Dye Works Grapevine, Charcoal, and Copper. I'm using the Gentle Art Piney Wood for the Grapevine. I'm using the Gentle Art Soot for the Charcoal. And the Weeks Dye Works Cognac for the Copper. But I think that will turn out pretty. So that is my plan for June 1st when the Salem Stitcher Hood Stitch Along. Stitcher Hood Stitch Along, yeah. When that starts, that's all kitted up. And then the ladies up at Acorns and Threads surprised me. They gave me a birthday card and a gift, and just totally caught me off guard. Apparently, I'm rainbow sprinkles in a sea of glazed donuts. Me, rainbow sprinkles? Seriously? Okay. But it was so nice, and it was totally unexpected, and they caught me off guard. And then they gave me two little gifts. This little 6x-inch square, it's already pulled and framed over that 6-inch frame. It's got a pattern inside of it for doing initials and then a grid for doing other things. And I have an idea for this that has nothing to do with doing initials. If you think back to when I went to Hobby Lobby, there was a small there of a honeybee, and I'm going to see if maybe that'll fit on this after I tea stain the snot out of the plain white. But then, okay, the funny thing about this is standing there, and I think it was Michelle who was holding it. We were standing up by the counter, and I looked at it, and I oohed, and I awed, and I didn't think anything about it, you know. So when they gave me my card and my gift, they gave me what I oohed and I awed over. Isn't she pretty? Yeah. Mon peignard de sorcellerie. That's my butchered up whatever that was. But she is just really, really pretty. I think she'll definitely go in the cauldron. Okay, yeah. I have to keep checking my notes because I'm telling you, if I don't write things down, I don't remember anything. Anything. I still don't know what day it is other than it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Alrighty. One of the ladies up at Acorns and Threads. Oh my God. One of the ladies at Acorns and Threads, Tasha. She is one of the admins for the Ink Circles Mandalas Facebook group. And I was working on Elegant Squids, which is in Ink Circles. And so she told me about the group, and I requested to join, and in her capacity as an admin, she let me join. Later on that evening, after I got home, there's another I posted a picture on that group of my Ink Circles Elegant Squid. And the next thing I knew, she had used my picture as the banner piece for that page. I've never had anybody use my picture for anything before. I was just amazed and stunned, and thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much. It was a very nice surprise. And I got it done. I finished it Friday. And I finished it Saturday. I finished the stitching on it Saturday. So Saturday evening I had to start a new piece. But then I went to High School Pharmacy to get some fabric to finish it off. They have a small sewing section there, and I was looking around, and a lot of the cottons that they have are all prints. But then I found this one rack that had fabric that was all from the same family. It had a mottled design, but they had it in different colors. And I found 2 blues and black. Isn't this helpful, seeing the back of it? But I wanted to show you the fabric because that's what it all looks like. It's that mottled fabric. And I thought, you know, that's going to be perfect for it. I took home ec when I was in high school, and I know basic sewing. And I can follow a pattern. But then I watch the people who do quilting, and I am so amazed and impressed by the things that they can do, and the pieces that they cut out over and over, and they stitch them together, and they make things line up, and wow. I went back up to Acorns and Threads on Sunday, and Lynda Jo, Pretty Southern, was talking to me about quilting, and she was trying to explain it to me so that I would understand, and I kind of sort of got most of what she said. I can do some basic sewing. I sew out of necessity, not out of desire. But I'm still really happy with how my pillow turned out, because I think from this you figured it out that I made it into a pillow. I hope you did. So anyway, I used the light blue and the dark blue and very carefully cut out 1-inch strips, sewed them together. After listening to what Lynda Jo had to say, after listening to what Christine had to say, Stitches All the Things, I was really happy with how that turned out. And then I cut out a 2.5-inch strip of the black and added that to it. And then I put it all together, and here is my pillow. At first my idea was that I wanted to try to miter the corners. Everything I thought of doing just wasn't quite working out the way I wanted it to. It's probably something really simple, but instead I opted to do this, which is something that I've done with others before, and I don't know if this has a specific name where you run them off like that, but I'm thinking it kind of looks like the tentacles running off to the side from my elegant squidlies. I left my mistake over here. It's one stitch too low, but in the scheme of things, you can't see it. And I also realized as I was finishing it up that there's another mistake over here. It's perfect, just the way it is. So, Elegant Squid. Start number 15 and fully finished object for the year number 15. And it's May. And I'm thinking, wow, how'd that happen? I think it's because of all of you making me pay more attention. My husband even told me that he's noticed that since I started doing these videos that I am more productive. And I take that as a compliment because I am doing more things. I'm doing little things and I'm learning to finish things and I'm having fun. And I think it's because I'm sharing with all of you that I'm getting this stuff done. So thank you. Thank you for doing that for me. I'm going to go back to magical arrivals for the moment. I got another piece of mail from, I don't know what it is about doing these videos, but I always want to burp. So, sorry about that again. Aren't you happy you're not here to smell it? Anyway, she sent me a card with some floss inside of it, and the card says that I'm a bad influence. Thank you. I try. And then she sent me some of the stuff that you've all seen and you've all oohed and awed over, and I have not had any of them, but she sent me some Victoria Motto sampler flosses. Clothed in Purple, Old Salem Spell, and Pumpkin Orange. And I now understand what everybody is saying. These are just lovely. So, thank you very much, Jen. Thank you very, very much. And then I was talking with Vikki. Where's it at? The book has to go away for a minute. Okay, years and years and years ago, my sister sent me a needle minder. It was the only needle minder I had. A moon and a shooting star. And I'm talking 5 or 6 years ago that she sent this to me. It was when she was living in Colorado. And I tried putting it on my Alphonse Mucha that I was working on at the time, and it was more of a hassle to deal with. So I stuck it over there on my lamp. And it sat there until I started watching FlossTube. And then I got this lovely little stand for holding my fabric, or my color chart for my new Alphonse Mucha, and it found a home and I started using it. I was happy with just one. And then I ordered my Addams Family one, and I got my Addams Family one. I'm losing my mind. And of course, when I saw the Addams Family one, I also had to get the Rocky Horror one, because apparently they don't mail alone. And then Vikki sent me my squid for working on my squidlies. And then this week, I decided, oh, and Spock from Maui Jen. I decided that I needed to have a few more. Because I went to Vikki's site and I found a Hogwarts one. And then I found a Cauldron one. And then we were talking on Instagram and she showed me Yoda. Michelle has a thing for Han. Yoda's my jam. I have had Yoda in the back of my car for years and years and years. I used to have a Chevy Celebrity, and I had gotten this little figurine, Yoda, and I had it in my car, and then some asshat came along and stole my car out of my driveway, drove it to Scotts Mills, which is 8 miles from here, drove it down over a hill, and set it on fire. They stole the license plates, and they stole my Yoda. Not happy with them. So about, I don't know how many months later, Mark and I went into one of those shops that had just started popping up with all the toys for adults. And there was a Yoda. So I got a second Yoda. And Yoda has been in my car since then. When my granddaughters were little and still in their car seats, I would give Yoda to them to play with, and they would gnaw on his ears. There's no teeth marks on him. But when they got older and we'd go around in my car and they'd play, I would tell them that yes, they could play with Yoda, but he had to stay in my car because he helps me drive. So every once in a while when the girls are in the back seat, I'll ask them, is Yoda in his coffee cup stand? And they'll say yes. And they'll pop up, because he helps you drive. Yes, I have trained my daughters well. So when Vikki showed me that she had a Yoda needleminder, yeah, I had to get it. Oh, things are falling. And then I was watching Heather, the imperfectly perfect stitcher. Or is it perfectly imperfect? Anyway, it's perfect. So I went to her site, because she does needleminders, and she had this one. And it says, StitchNButton. And I'm Stitchy Witch, so I needed it. And then she sent me a skull. So yeah, I went from 1 to 6 this week, and the others that I've gotten because of you guys. Yeah, because of you guys. So my new start, I talked about it last week. It was the pattern that Stacy sent me that I told her I had, and the plans were to make it my next start. Witch on Duty. And there you go. That is where it's at. See, I have 2 patterns. I've got one that has stuff written all over it. So the letters were supposed to be in Gentle Arts Spring Grass, and I am doing them in Green with Envy. And the outline of the hat is Black Crow, the called for colors. Oh, no. The letters are Otter Creek. That is the called for colors. This green here is the Green with Envy. So that's how far I've gotten. I have ideas for how I want to finish this up. I'm thinking I'm going to be using one of Danielle's ideas on the canvas, similar to what I did with the Apothecary Shop. So anyway, that's all my stuff. Let me check my list, because if I don't write it down, I don't know what I'm doing. Yep, that was it. I guess I'm done. yeah, I guess I'm done. I had a fantastic week last week. I was on vacation. I went up to Acorns and Threads twice, like I said, once on Thursday for our monthly meetup, again on Sunday for a first Sunday meetup that Joe had put together. She and her friend Jessica were there. My sister Patty was there. There was another lady in the shop that I've seen before, and I cannot remember her name. But we've covered that a couple of times in this video, that if I don't write things down, I just don't, you know, whatever. If you're doing your baubles and you want to, it is entirely up to you. Like I said, Michelle and I would love it if you would send them our way. We will collect them, put them together, do a video, share all the different baubles. The 1st October in the meetup in October at Acorns and Threads. I think I'm going to go have a second cup of coffee and see if maybe my brain will get in gear. I don't know. Anyway, if you understand this completely rambly, babbly, video that I've done today, you're doing good. I'm not sure if I am, but you're doing good. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching my videos, for subscribing, for leaving comments. I got a lot of fantastic comments here recently. Thank you for sending me magical arrivals that I get to put in my book, which always sits over there. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you about. Remember my, well, let me grab it. Hold on. Watch the fat old lady get out of the chair. The Edgar Allan Poe piece that I made, and I put it into this cage. I put twinkle lights in there. And on the back, I have this box that you have to press this button to get the lights come on. And you really have to press it to get the lights to come on. Last week, I was on vacation, and I got up. Mark had gotten up just a little bit before 5. I followed him downstairs a few minutes later, and this is twinkling. And I thought to myself, why did he turn that on? So I asked him, why did you turn it on? He said he didn't. He said the night before he had been messing around with our television, which is over there, and that sits over here, and it came on by itself. He thought that I had a remote. I was upstairs in bed. He thought I had a remote and I turned it on to mess with him, so he left it alone, and it twinkled all night long. Just runs through its cycle doing its thing. You have to push the button in to get it to turn on and go through the different things. It hasn't done that before. I think it just wanted some attention. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say this time. Have a fantastic week. Stitch all the things, do all the things. Live long and stitch on. I can do it both hands. Bye.